Well, hello everyone. It's me again. So today I'm going to be doing, maybe not a full face, I'm gonna be doing like influencers made me buy. Now I don't wanna say YouTubers made me buy because even though most of these things YouTubers did influence me to buy, there are a couple of products that Instagram influencers and even friends have gotten me to purchase and buy, and yeah, so I'm gonna be trying them out. There's gonna be a couple of first impressions, some of the things I've already tried and I have opinions on. So if you wanna see me do a full face, but not a full face, of first impressions and things that influencers made me buy, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So the first thing I have, maybe a little controversial, but this is the KylieSkin face moisturizer. Now I already have skincare on and stuff, so I'm going to be using this as a primer because honestly I don't really believe in primers, but also she says that she loves to use her moisturizer and use this as like a primer. So I bought this because, I mean, come on, Kylie Jenner. And of course it's not gonna do this to me, but like, see how like I'm pushing down and it has like so much air in here that I almost have to like push the air out and just like pump. Oh my gosh, I just have to like pump air out. The packaging on this, I don't know if it's with all of them or if it's just with mine, but it's kind of flawed. This doesn't really have a scent. It just kind of smells like skincare moisturizer. I don't know, it's not scented. I've been trying this out for a couple weeks. I like it. I actually do like it as a primer. It kind of smooths everything out and it kind of gives a nice sticky base. It's pretty lightweight. I honestly like to have thicker moisturizers, but for the summertime, I think that this is perfect. I like using it during the daytime. Is it the best moisturizer I've ever used? No, I think it's fine. So next for my base, I'm going to be taking the Thrive Cosmetics Buildable Blur. Whitney Simmons sold me on this guy. I've been using this one for a while. I've probably had it like 2 months, so it's not new. And also the Kevyn Aucoin Glass Glow Face Illuminator. Now, I originally saw this and I wanted to buy it, but I was hesitant because it's expensive. It's Kevyn Aucoin, and I was looking at it when it first came out on Sephora. Nobody had reviewed it yet, but I just kept myself from buying it. I wanted to see someone review it, and I knew that a Canadian YouTuber would most likely review it because they're all into like the glass glow skin and they're all beautiful. And anyway, one of them did. Alana Davison here on YouTube mentioned it. She loves it. I love it. Mine is in the shade Prism Rose. Whitney Simmons really sold me on this. I had seen it. I had heard it was pretty, but I just hadn't bit the bullet and gotten it. And then she, of course, put it on her face, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. I love Whitney Simmons. She is a fitness YouTuber, but she also likes makeup. So I'm mixing those two on the back of my hand. And Alana Davison does do beauty stuff, and I love her style of makeup. She's kind of gotten into the more natural looking makeup. Her stuff is very natural, and I'm honestly over the Laura Lees of the world, the Jeffree Stars, the Manny MUAs. Like, I get there's a time and a place for glam makeup, but there is just something so refreshing about being like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my base really nice. I'm gonna throw on some mascara, and that's gonna be the look. And this combination is really nice. The Thrive Cosmetics foundation gives pretty nice coverage, but the Kevyn Aucoin Face Glow, Glass Glow just gives you such a nice, I'm actually just gonna put a little bit of that on my beauty blender. I'm gonna put it on my cheeks. See, it just gives like such a wet appearance to the skin. It literally looks like grease, not grease, but an oil on your skin, and it's just so pretty looking. Okay, so I went off camera. I put on a little bit of bronzer and some concealer and some powder because none of those things were really influenced by anybody. It was just like a collective, me being influenced by like a bunch of YouTubers. So I set my face with the Hourglass powder, and then for bronzer, I use this Chanel cream bronzer, and I also hit pan. You can't really see it in here, but exciting thing. And then I used the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Concealer. Now this concealer, oh my goodness, wow. It gives you so much coverage, but it looks so natural. If you have dry under eyes and you have dark under eyes, this is gonna be your best friend. Everybody loves Shape Tape, but it's so drying, and this stuff is amazing. I'm in the shade 2W. Okay, moving along. Next thing, I'm going to put a little bit more bronzer just because, I don't know, I like to be bronzed. So I'm using the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. Bought this because of Whitney Simmons. Who else? She mentioned it, and I had kind of toyed around the idea. I love Hourglass products, but she really sold me on it. This bronzer is so pretty. You don't go like overboard, but it also has like such a nice sheen to it. It's like the perfect neutrally bronzer that gives you enough bronze without being too bronzy. It's absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend. Next product I'm using is the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo. I bought this because Alana Davison talked about it, and Samantha Ravindal. They kind of all talked about it at the same time. I'm using the shade Pink Dahlia. I actually thought that I got this in the shade Soft Peach, which was originally the shade that I had wanted. I don't know if at the last minute I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be different and get a different color, or I don't know what happened, or they sent me the wrong blush. Regardless, I like it. This stuff is so pigmented that a lot of times I will go over with like this is a Bobbi Brown brush. I'll just kind of almost buff it out because it is so pigmented, but I love it because it lasts all day long. Next is highlighter, and this is a funny one. Lily Marston actually talked about Fenty Beauty when Clever was still around, and she had put this one on her face. This is in the shade Sandcastle and Minted Mojito, and she used the darker one. And I love using this for the summertime when I'm a little more tanned, because it is a darker highlighter, because I mean it has that brown tint to it, but it's so reflective and just beautiful. I kind of like to bring it down in my blush because it does have like a darker, more bronzy tint to it. But I mean, like, look at that. It's so metallic. I just really love to just buff it around, and it's so pretty. Lily Marston isn't like a beauty YouTuber, but she hit it right on the head with this guy. I love it. Next product is a thing that is brand new, and Katie Jane Hughes actually talked about this or showed it on her Instagram stories, and she called it Glossier Brow Fick, F-I-C-K, and I was like, is this a real thing? I looked it up, nothing came out about it, and then I saw that Glossier had posted Lash Flick, and I was like, got it. So this is the first time I've ever, not the first time, I used something like this with L'Oreal. It didn't work out. It ran out of like pigmentation after like one use. It was so stupid. But I got the shade, this is in the shade Brown. I'm really afraid it's gonna be a little dark, just because this is like a marker, but you know what? We're just gonna go for it. So I'm going to be very, oh, see how dark that is? Oh gosh, I need to get the blonde one. So I also have the shade Blonde. Yes, this is in the shade Blonde, thank goodness. Let's see. Okay, so the shade Blonde actually matches my brow hairs a little bit more, but it's almost a little too light. It's like they need a shade in between. Look at it, it's like, hello? Okay, so that is the shade Blonde. Okay, let's go back to the brown shade and we'll just do our best. Yeah, there we go. that's my brow. Not quite sure how I feel about it. Okay guys, so I finished my brows off camera. I don't know what I think about these, honestly. I love the concept. I think that I just don't have a lot of experience with brow products, kind of like an eyeliner form. Also, once it sets, it's pretty much on there. I actually had to carve out my brows with concealer to get them to look a little bit normal. The next thing I'm going to use, Samantha Ravindal talked about in a recent video. She did like a date night video, and she mentioned the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. This is in the shade Bet. It is this beautiful goldish brown shade. Now I love brown shades and like really dark gold, so I'm just going to be taking my little brush and dipping that in there. This is a really creamy formula, and all I'm going to do is put this on the lid. Now this is more of like a sheen. It doesn't have too much like shimmer in it. It isn't like super metallic, but it's something easy to just literally pop all over the lid, kind of blend it a little bit on the edges, and then it will set down. Look how pretty that is, especially on blue eyes. And see how pretty that is? I'm just like, my eyes look so blue. I absolutely love it. I'm in love with it. Now I'm going to move on to my first impression of the Damn Girl mascara. Not sure I care for the name, but that is Too Faced. All right, so I want to see if it's better than the Better Than Sex mascara. So first of all, the wand is very similar to the Better Than Sex mascara. I feel like it's like fatter. I'm not really sure. It could be the same wand. I love the wand of the Better Than Sex mascara, so let's see. My lashes need a little bit of help. I recently dyed them and then they all fell out, so maybe don't try to dye them yourself. So far I'm liking it. It's making my lashes look really fluffy, like the Better Than Sex mascara, but it's not making them clump. I feel like the Better Than Sex mascara, the formula is so clumpy, and I feel like once it starts to dry out, it just like flakes off your lashes, and I have to throw it away after like 2 weeks. Do you guys see that? I'm actually like really impressed. I think it's so pretty. Too Faced, girl. So far, I'm impressed. I like this. Good recommendation, Samantha Ravindal. All the Canadian YouTubers coming in clutch for me. I mean, this is great. So I've already lined my lips because I'm going to be moving on to lip products. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Do I even need to say anything? So I purchased the shade Amazeballs on the day that the Jaclyn Cosmetics product launched. Now, when I first got it, this is a very weighty lipstick. I thought it was pretty. When I opened it up, I saw nothing wrong with it. Since I have been using it, yes, I do get sort of the little, almost like the graininess. It honestly doesn't bother me that much. I don't know, I don't really have a problem with it. So that's my 2 cents. If you don't want to use them, then don't use them. If you don't want to buy them in the future, then don't buy them. However, I'm going to continue to use mine. Mine doesn't have any hairs on it. I didn't really see anything wrong with it. Yes, there is a little bit of graininess. I think it's a really pretty color. I feel like it gives you super butthole lips. While I like this shade, I feel like it's almost too, I wish it was more sheer. Also, she said these were really creamy. And while there is a bit of sheen to this lasts on my lips like a MAC matte lipstick would. I don't know, I just It's kind of weird. And again, there's that graininess, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really bother me. Okay guys, so this is the final makeup look. That is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments what you would like me to test out, or any sort of makeup looks that you guys would want me to do. I feel like I do the same brown eye in every single video. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!